here, business strategist, content expert, coming off hot from my time away with Bo Eason and Roger Love in California, where it was sunny and beautiful. Well, it did rain a little bit, but now I'm back here. I'm looking out my window in Canada. It's cold, it's icy, but what can you do? You can't complain, right? Back in the swing of things, back here making videos and putting out content and just doing those what are called prolific quality outputs day in and day out. You see, a question that I get a lot of times from people is simply, how do you get stuff done? Like, how do you manage the day-to-day? And I'll tell you, I'm no superwoman, I'm no superhero. I have days where I get overwhelmed and stressed and frustrated, and days like the last 2 days where we had a terrible ice storm, and our 5-year-old was off school for 2 days. So I had all these plans of things that I wanted to get done, and I'd say 20% of what I had planned for the last 2 days got done, and you just roll with it. But I'll tell you, the 2 necessity pieces that had to get done got done. I had to write a speech. I'm speaking in Texas in March 1st, so I had to write that speech and start practicing that. And I'm putting a class on, it's called Skillshare, where you can make residual income by putting up an online class, and you get paid for the minutes that people watch your class. So I had a class outline due today. So I knew my 2 necessity things that had to get done, and that was 10% and 10%, like that was my 20% that got done. So I want to challenge you a bit. I want to challenge this mentality that we say, fake it till you make it. And that mentality has honestly never served me. I've never resonated with that. I've never wanted to live into that. I think it's face it until you make it, not fake it till you make it. Meaning every day you show up and you do those necessary things that are going to get you that result that you want. So that could be weight loss. That could be strengthening your marriage. That could be launching your first online program, writing your first book, getting a raise, leading a team. That can be getting your dog to listen. It can be whatever the heck goal you have in your life, but you got to know those necessary things and focus on those and make those non-negotiable. So you got to face it until you make it. And I can think of a time, not this past December, but the previous December, I get a call, and it's the promoter of an event, my first event that I was going to speak at. 4 days before, she calls me and says, Lisa, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel the event. And then there were a whole, bunch of other stuff that she said on the phone, but honestly, I didn't hear any of that. The excuses as to why and what happened. All I heard in my head was, oh my God, we have the flight booked. We have the place booked. We have childcare arranged. The last 6 months of preparing for this speech, and I was going to launch my online and 9 course, and I wanted to convert 30%, and it was going to be X amount of income, and I was going to leave my full-time job, and it was all taken away from me. And I had a decision. And I spoke to the other presenters. There were about 6 of us, and we were in Brendan Burchard's mastermind together. And I said, what are you guys going to do? Like, are you still going to go to London? I can't get any money back. I can't, are you going to call it a wash? What are you going to do? And they said, forget it. We're calling it a wash. We're just going to take it as, hopefully we can get our money back, and off we go. And there was only one speaker that I didn't have a chance to connect with. And it was, I'm not going. I went to my husband, I said, we're going. We already have everything aligned. We've planned this. We've already invested so much in this. We're going. And we went to London, and I had the opportunity to connect with that last speaker. And she said, I have 40 women that are coming because they couldn't get their money back being an attendee of this event. Will you serve them with me? And I said, absolutely. And we served 40 women. And from that, there were women that have a women's group that highlights speakers and presenters every month. And I got to be a presenter of the month. And from that, I got coaching calls and packages from that. And I still launched my online and I program. I said to hubby, we're doing a webinar when we're there. He said, are you crazy? We don't know what internet's going to be like, time difference, setup. We cannot do a webinar. I said, we're doing it. Did a webinar, sold 2K in 1 hour on that webinar. You got to face it until you make it. Meaning I was going to show up and do me. I already had the presentation, the speech. I was ready to serve. I was ready to make the offer. I was ready. You got to face it till you make it. You can't put your life and your dreams and your plans in the hands of somebody else. You determine what your life is going to be like. So I don't believe in this fake it till you make it. Believe in yourself and face it until you make it. So I want that to guide you, in the next week. Find out, work it in reverse. Like, what is that goal you're trying to achieve? And then what are those prolific daily outputs that need to happen for you to get there? And I know it's hard. I get it. It takes time. You got to give yourself that gift of time to sit down and plan. You got to give yourself the permission to dream a little bit. Because it's so easy nowadays to look to the person to the right and the left and say, well, she has it easier than me. She knows more people. She has more money. She has more opportunity. That can't be me. Well, you're not going to fake that. You're going to face it. And you're going to say, that is going to be me. And you're going to show up every single day. So work it in reverse. What do you need to do? Facing it. That's what I want to tell you for this week. And post below. I would love to see, I'm looking at the spot where the comments go if you're wondering where my eyes are going. Post below, what is your goal for next week? And that's not to say by next week I'm going to lose 20 pounds, because that's not a realistic goal. But maybe your goal is I'm not going to eat after dinner. Maybe your goal is I'm going to write that outline for my first program. Maybe your goal is I'm going to have that video shot by next week for my first course. All right, then what needs to happen? You got to block the time. You got to write an outline. You got to practice. You got to know your stories. You got to know your content. Work it in reverse. I'm telling you, that's what I do, and that's what's gotten me to the point that I am today. So post below. Would love to know in your personal or professional life what you're working on, and know that I'm always here to help guide you. If you go to lisapezik.com, at the bottom, 15-minute strategy call. Hop on, 15-minute call where you can take any ideas, thoughts, plans that we give you for free about how to change your life, business or personal. I know I coach a lot of business, but I get shit done, people. Sorry, but I just got to say it. So if you need to get some stuff done, hop on a call with me and I'll help you do that. All right, guys, happy Friday. See you again next time. Bye for now.